So when we talk about obturators, we see that we cannot work only in isolation. A lot of things are happening. There's a lot of work to be done still with connecting lumbar and so forth and so on. I love this idea of getting to the deeper muscles. This is something that has been quite intriguing to me for quite some time. And it's my opinion that if you can really contact the deeper muscles, then the superficial ones release and you have more control. The more you bring it to the center of your line of gravity or your center of control, the more you can reach those deeper places, the better. So these muscles that we'll be looking at today are, in fact, very much related to that. Is that the spine should not be used as a compensatory movement to get something that should be happening elsewhere. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. That's what I'm seeing sometimes. If I were to say one thing as a general thing, just really looking at how you can lower the center of control so that you're all not compromising with lumbar spine or some aspect of your spine. It's like the spine is not there to control. The spine is there to lengthen and to be able to facilitate a number of ways of coming into contact with the chakras. So if you're using it to control, you can't get to the actual meat of what is the yogic tradition. So if you can know that you can do that without compromising your lumbar, great! Great! And once you're in pigeon, that's a perfect place to work with your obturators because one hip is completely externally rotated. Now, what has to happen is that as this knee goes up and around, my right hip joint is going to come closer to the center of my mass. Mm-hmm. You see that difference?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Okay? Until finally, that's where I want to end up, not over there somewhere. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's where you should be. Uh-huh. Wow. Okay? You should really be balancing. Yeah. Let me help you. You should really be balancing up on that knee. That's it. Now, from front where I can't touch, you've got more space in there than you give yourself credit for. Go lower, not your hip joints, lower. That was better, but don't get into your lumbar. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Yeah. So here's a real case of using idiokinetic facilitation. I mean, you really need to see where you're going and try to replicate that in space as if you were drawing this with your pelvis on the floor. You've got to take all those spinal vertebrae and shift, 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 all the way through. Yes, 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 yes. And then, yeah, good job. Think of the psoas itself as coming way up against the spine, because it is. You want to get your psoas to come deep into the gutter of your spine. You start to turn this one. Yes, and then drop that to the ground as you lift up and roll. That's it. I just want to thank everyone for incredibly attentive participation and full desire and thirst for knowledge, which was great. It's lovely to see and experience.